Hi and welcome or welcome back. This is a self-care Sunday reading, self-love reading. Um, self-care and self-love is not just giving yourself bubble baths and lighting candles and eating good food. It's a very holistic thing, and especially in these times, to take care of our mental health and our emotional well-being. Self-care and self-love can sometimes be a really challenging thing, because what we need and want and what's best for us can sometimes be in conflict with other things and other people in our lives, and navigating it is not always black and white. So sometimes we need to dig deep, and sometimes we just need to do the practical things to take care of our well-being. Wheel of Fortune. And I felt it just spun, like something is changing, because it landed in the reverse, and then it went sideways. So I think I'm gonna read it as both the upright and the reverse. Something is changing. Spirit animals seem significant. So either tapping into a certain spirit animal to embody the energy for getting through a situation, or what we are needing to feel and radiate to accomplish something. Eagles can be significant. Dogs, the bull and the lion, and snakes as well. You might see specific animals, like you see a new cat that comes up to you, or a butterfly flies around you, even flies. And these can be trying to tell you something or show you something. But let's see what else. What does this have to do with our well-being? Okay, we have the Magician in reverse and the Knight of Cups. So things are changing, and it might feel like we're not in control, because the Magician is like manifestation, using all the tools and resources you have, your emotions, your intellect, your inner fire, the tangible things in your life, to align and manifest things, right? And we might feel like we are not in control at this time, because things are changing so rapidly within us and externally. And I feel like when we are unable to make moves in the physical, like for instance, even if it's related to your health, if you're feeling sick and say you're feeling fluish and you can't get to the doctor, or you can't get medication, or whatever, tangible things or go-to things that you usually use, I feel like what might be necessary in that instance is that you might have flu, because flu is inflammation, and infection is inflammation. And it can be that something is angering you, or has been angering you for a long time, and you haven't picked it up. Or it can be that there's a change in the weather, and that is causing you to have a head cold because the air is dry. Or you might be dehydrated and need more water. So it's like all these changes might be blocking our usual MO and our usual go-tos, and we are most likely needing to show ourselves love in a different way, or even show others love in a different way, or just showing more love. Like we might be needing to deal with our emotions more than anything. I'm going to take one more, and then I'm going to check the messages for these in the book. and I got 2. We have the Lovers, and the Lovers in reverse, and we have Temperance. So wow, this is, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 major arcana. That is major shifts and changes. And then we have the 8 of Cups as well, moving away from, I feel like this is resolving difficult emotions within us and not letting it stay stagnant. Whatever anger, sadness, grief, frustration, not letting it stay stagnant within us, but also not ignoring or suppressing it. It's definitely, there's a cup here and she's pouring, there's cups here, there's cups here. This has to deal with emotional well-being. There's something about how we show up in the world and how we take action during the day and with everyday things, and at night when we are still and quiet, how we process those emotions. Like you might be processing emotions of things in your sleep, in your dreams, or you might have a difficulty sleeping because you might have felt some type of way about a conversation that you had during the day, or something that happened that in the moment there wasn't time, or you just didn't stop to address how you were feeling, not necessarily the situation, or you felt the emotion but you didn't know how to respond or what to do about it. And I feel like it comes up in the nighttime, and you might even be waking up at night because there's something that your soul, your mind, your heart, your body wants to bring awareness to. You might want to take a moment, if you do wake up at night, and just ask, what is it that needs to come to your awareness. I feel like there's something about masking and, smiling through things with people, having polite conversations when there are unaddressed things between you, or avoiding certain people and situations because of how you feel about them, or even just about yourself. You might be feeling off emotionally because there are things in your personal life that is bugging you, and then it's difficult to be around people, or you don't want to show that something's happening with you, or certain people you just can't show vulnerability to, or you don't know, and there are spaces and places and people that it's safe to show vulnerability to, and you don't usually do that, and you can't do it. The Lovers is in reverse, is not making a choice, and so things might be slowing down, and you might need to be really patient and just find inner emotional balance. Not drowning in your emotions, but able to feel it, or not disregarding it, but able to feel it and let it go and learn the lesson from it, have more enlightenment. Someone might have a head cold or flu, and you might need, I'm hearing ginger tea in my head, ginger tea or turmeric, more water. Where do you need to show more love? Is it to yourself? Are you always showing yourself love, and you're not really affectionate or sensitive, or really sweet to people? You do what you have to do, in terms of responsibilities, but there's an emotional disconnect. Or is it that you are that way with others but not with yourself? There's some sort of emotional disconnect that emotional connection that needs to happen. Like someone might just need to cry, or let someone hug you, be able to tell someone that you're proud of them, or that you really love them, or you really miss them. There's some emotional disconnect that needs to be breached. Let's see, what is the messages for these cards in the book? The Wheel of Fortune: just as what goes up must come down, what goes down must come up. Movement and change is the only cosmic constant. Staying in the calm center of the present moment and not on the wheel of life's turbulent edges means honoring the forces of nature. After all, we have no control over seasonal cycles and divine energy, but we do have control over is our perspective and reaction to the peaks and valleys of luck, a key part of the human experience. We're all connected and part of something bigger. I feel like there's a big, we have to have the realization that if someone else is down on their luck, you don't have to treat them badly or look down on them because the wheel turns, and that just might be a season for them. Or be too arrogant when we're on the top and feel like we never, like that would never happen to me. There's something about judgment and perspective here. And there's this refining of our integrity, our character, when how we handle being up and how we handle being down. And all emotions are valid. Sometimes we need to express, vent, feel all of it at full force, but you don't have to always do that. And your character is not who you are in one moment. It's who you are energetically. There's just almost a flavor to somebody's energy, and how you are usually over a long period of time. What's the mean and the median of how you show up and how you make people feel and the energy that you share. The reverse says, if accepting your fortune means opening up to receiving better things when the wheel inevitably keeps turning, then rejecting your current fortune means you're working against the wheel. Wow. That feels like, say you're in a hole and you're trying to dig yourself out and you're just digging the hole deeper. It's this nuance between making it worse and succumbing to it and not being able to get out, and surrendering to it but allowing the moment and the difficulty and the pain and being low, and then being risen out of it somehow by your energy. This is much harder. It will take a lot of willpower to push against the current and overcome setbacks. You can do it, but consider your complicity in this situation. What changes in perspective and what actions will it take to get back to your calm and center? So if you're in a challenging position and you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing this and you're doing that, but you're not working on your energy, your thoughts, your emotions, then that's what you need to do. And if you're always just sitting in self-pity and dealing with your emotions and you're not taking action, then that's what you need to do. And it can be that in certain situations you're always taking action and you don't think about how it makes you feel, and in other situations it's the opposite. And we really need to gauge what it is. And often stagnation can give us that opportunity. It doesn't mean we need to stay there. Find a cheap coloring book and markers, quieting your mind a little. Take your time to make the most elaborate, intricate, and colorful page you can muster. Work on it meditatively until you feel that every line and every color is speaking to the rest. Like a pointillist painting. When you're satisfied, take a good look, then rip it up. Impermanence is all there is. Embrace it. Yeah, that holding on to things. The point between empowerment and surrender is a magical place to be. The magician says the power of the mind is an incredible force capable of anything. When the magician appears, we are invited to use that force for constructive, positive purposes, and that's the upright. The reverse is when our channel with the divine is blocked. We can feel weak or disenfranchised, and then often leads to acting from a place of self interest. Ask yourself, am I acting in alignment with my highest good and the highest good of all involved? If you're behaving destructively, then stop. Ask yourself what you need in order to reconnect to your authentic spiritual self minus any drama. There's an affirmation that says, I am a channel for divine energy and inspiration. I materialize my dreams. The self-care message is we all have that one song that's so emotionally moving, so brilliant, so affecting. It brings us to our knees. And there's a trend at the moment on TikTok, and it uses a Marvin Sapp, I think that's what his name is. It's a gospel song, and I've heard it once. Like, I don't know the song very well. I've heard it a few times now, and it's super uplifting. Listening to something like that to shift your energy. Ask yourself what you can do to bring heaven down to earth today for yourself. What is it that's going to make you feel that high, that whether it's church or playing with your kids or watching a lovey-dovey movie. Love is in reverse. Why can I not find it? There we go. There may be a battle between your head and your heart when the lovers is reversed. When we block a connective energy like this one, we can cause an imbalance through conflict with more dilemmas or even external interference. Check in with yourself. Where do your ideas of love come from? Can you truly accept the love that's offered to you? Do you struggle to accept yourself first? These are all things that vulnerability and self-compassion can see you through. Lean on your loved ones with open and honest dialogue. I feel like making a decision between work that you would rather do because you love it and you're passionate about it, and work that is going to pay the bills, and that's not an easy decision to make, and you have to live with the choices and the positive and the negative things that come with it. And sometimes we can push away and postpone the things that we really love for a certain period of time, but if it's meant to happen, the universe, our heart will keep tugging us there. Like, if you have a significant friendship with someone, and for some reason, society or people don't want you to be friends, but this person is a key, part of your fate and what you need to do in this world. And so, you might stay away from them, but you just keep being brought back there, and your emotions, feeling that conflict within you, will eventually manifest as some sort of physical symptoms. Rose quartz crystals is a nice way to soften your energy and make you feel love energy and vulnerable and sensitive. The affirmation for the Temperance card is, I find balance in knowing I am surrounded by beauty and protected. I feel like there's also a need to balance out the really difficult things that we need to face and feel with then doing and experiencing and being a part of really amazing things, because with so many things happening in the world, we could feel responsible, obligated, guilty, shameful, and we can't only focus on those things. Yes, we can't sweep everything under the rug, but it's like we have to pour some love in while we still pull out the weeds. water the garden and pull out the weeds, and not just water the garden or just pull out the weeds and clean up, but not pour some water in and some love in. What spaces, people, places can you access today that make you feel safe and loved and happy and joyful and amazing? And ask yourself, what is stopping you from accessing that? Is it you? Do you feel like, no, I can't call them up, or no, they probably don't want to see me, or I have to deal with these things that are bugging me first? Can you set aside a moment or some time to just access people, spaces, and things that are really amazing and make you feel happy and loved? And then then you might be able to face whatever you need to face that is negative and difficult. And that is the self-care, self-love message for today. I hope that was helpful. If you've made it this far, please like, share, comment, and subscribe if you'd like to join me again in another video.